Hey, my name is Brendan Dunn. I'm with the Client Portal team. And in this quick video, I want to show you how, even if you don't use WordPress, you can get up and running with Client Portal today in a matter of minutes. So we've heard from so many of you over the last few years who go to the website, love the product, have heard great things about it. You've probably seen it in action and you've wanted it, but then you realize it only works with WordPress. And lo and behold, you don't use WordPress, or you don't really even know what WordPress is, and that's kind of turned you away. So if that's you, this video is made exactly for that specific problem. So what I'm going to show you is I'm going to show you how to get set up with a brand new WordPress install with the domain name attached to it in a matter of about 10 minutes. And then I'm just going to show you how to quickly upload and add the Client Portal plugin to it, and then get going by creating your first test portal. So the first thing you're going to want to do, which makes a bit of sense, is go to our website if you haven't done this yet and purchase Client Portal. So go to the pricing page, and in this case, you probably only need the single site license. Now, if you want to do multiple hosted portal, now the single site license can run as many portals as you want, but sometimes you want like different domain names or anything like that. If that's the case, you'll want the multi-site, but assuming you just want like your company portals.com or something like that, you really only just need the single site. So grab that. When you do that, you're going to get an email with a provisioned plugin install file for you. Download that to your computer. And once you've done that, we'll move on from there. So when you've got your version of Client Portal, you now need to come up with where are you going to run, or who's going to host your version of WordPress. So I'm going to recommend in this case using a company called Bluehost. And the reason I'm going to recommend Bluehost is they are cheap. So Bluehost, you can get the basic plan, which is really all you need. For me, it's £2.20 a month, which in US dollars is about $3. And the benefit is they're also going to give me the first year of the domain name for free, which is usually $11, but they're going to throw in the website address. So I've already done that. I'm not going to walk you through the Bluehost sign-up process, but it takes about 10 minutes for them, once you plug in your address and credit card and name and all that stuff, to set you up. Well, once you get set up, they're going to ask you about what kind of WordPress website you want. So just choose the basic website. You don't need any of the fancy stuff. Choose whatever theme you want, because at the end of the day, you're probably just going to be using this for Client Portal. So the theme doesn't matter. None of that stuff matters. But before I show you, once you get set up with Bluehost, what you should do next, I want to talk about their plans. So they have more expensive plans that allow for unlimited websites and so on and so forth. But ultimately, you probably don't need that. The basic plan gives you 50 gigabytes of storage, which for most of us is going to be more than enough. And again, even though it's one website, don't let that think that you can only have one portal. You can have as many portals as you'd like under that one website. So I would just grab, if I were you, the basic one. And if you ever need to, get more storage or something, you can always upgrade that. But once you've gotten set up, again, it takes about 10 minutes to get going. You're going to see this screen. So this is the Bluehost administrative area. All you need to do is click this little log into WordPress button at the top right, and that's going to bring you to your WordPress backend. So this is your WordPress administrative area. And if you've never used WordPress before, this is like what the administrators see when they go to add like a post or a page or whatever else. So there's a lot of stuff on it. You have a lot of stuff on the left. You have a lot of this stuff on the dashboard. The good news is you can pretty much ignore all of it, because first, all you need to do, and this is a one-time thing, is go to the plugins tab on the left. And when this loads, click add new plugin. And then you're going to click the upload plugin button. And now you want to choose the file that was sent to you when you purchased Client Portal. So I'm going to choose that zip file, and I'm going to click install now. And once this uploads to my new WordPress site, it's going to have me, it's going to make me activate it. So it's installed it. Now I need to actually get it running. So I'm going to click activate plugin. And now you'll see a Client Portal tab on the left. I've installed Client Portal. It took 2 seconds to do it once I had Bluehost up and running, and most of the time spent was waiting for Bluehost to do their thing. It took about 10 minutes. but your involvement is maybe maximum 5 minutes, typing in your name and address and credit card for Bluehost. Same with us buying Client Portal, and then just uploading the file that we sent you to your new WordPress dashboard, your WordPress backend. But once you've done this, now you have Client Portal. It's up and running. I'm not going to get into the details of like how to use Client Portal or all the things it can do, because to be honest, we have great documentation on how to do that. But just so we don't leave you hanging, I'm going to just create a test portal right now. So again, I've set up Client Portal on my brand new Bluehost website. It's going to take a bit for the domain to register, because I just started recording a few minutes before, or I just signed up for Bluehost a few minutes before I hit record on this video. So it might take a few hours for the domain to get going. So you can see that there's a temporary domain right now at the top in the URL bar. We can ignore that because eventually it will be our actual domain. But I'm just going to call this test portal. I'm not going to touch any of this. This is all just the default basic stuff. I just want to show you something in action. So I'm going to click publish. And then a second later, it's going to tell me that it's been posted. So I'm going to click and let's look at what it looks like. So here's the test portal. Again, I haven't added any modules or anything like that. It's just a blank portal, but you can go and follow our documentation and set up secure portals and invite your clients to it and set up notifications and all that good stuff. But again, I'll point you to our documentation on how to do that. But yeah, it doesn't need to take long to get set up with Client Portal, even if you don't have a website, or if you do have a website and it's running on something that is not WordPress. In a matter of minutes, you can get set up and get going. What I would recommend too, in closing, I want to mention this, is that when you get set up with a platform like Bluehost, they're going to ask you if you want a domain name. And you really have two options if you already have a website URL. You can either keep your original domain name. So let's say you have a website on Squarespace. You can go into whoever manages what's called the DNS, or manages the domain for your domain name that's on Squarespace, and set up a subdomain like portals.yourcompany.com. But then you need to figure out, like, how do I get that portals to point to the new Bluehost thing that I just set up? And honestly, unless you've done this before, it can be a bit of work. The easier thing, which is probably what I'd recommend, would be if your company, say you have yourcompany.com, when you get set up with Bluehost, when it asks you for the domain name, if you want to create a new one, say you do, and then type in like yourcompanyportals.com. Like in our case, I did clientportalportals.com. In this way, they'll register it, they'll point that domain to the new server they set up for you. And now you can just create portals and invite your clients to them, and it'll be at like yourcompanyportals.com, which is probably available, /client name or something like that. So it becomes a really nice experience for your clients, and you don't, again, it takes all of a few minutes to get set up. So hopefully this helps. If you have any questions about how to get set up, or if maybe you want to use a different host besides Bluehost, which you absolutely can, and are running into issues, definitely reach out and let us know, or engage with me in the comments. We'll be keeping an eye on the comment thread below this video, and we can help you out there too. So anyway, I hope this helps. And yeah, again, if you have any issues that you run into, definitely let us know. Thanks.